Chuck here with DSD Down South Diggers. I've had a few requests on doing a demonstration on target masking and some iffy signals. So I got a few things with me down here. I got some coins, and I'll show you some things with some rings. Reason why you may not be finding rings, and we'll just kind of go over it, and I'll kind of explain what your detector's doing, what the coil's doing, how the coil's designed, especially on the double D coils. You know, they're the most popular on the market. That's what most of us use, so that's what I'm going to use to kind of demonstrate this with. So just hang tight for a minute and I'll get y'all flipped around and we'll kind of go over it. But first, do me a favor, like and subscribe to videos. I'm going to have some more tips and tricks, even on how to find old home places, and just different things. So underwater detecting, I'll be doing that this summer like crazy. So yeah, just like and subscribe and hit that bell notification. You see when I post another video. Let's get to it, see what we can come up with. Okay, I'm back here. Just make sure y'all watch it till the end. I'm going to try to, as I go along, I'm going to just keep, as I think of some tips and tricks, I'm going to throw them in there as I go along. So just make sure you watch until the end, and that way you can kind of hear everything and see everything that I do, and just throw in some helpful hints and tricks to help dig better targets. So anyways, I got some nails here. They're all different sizes, all the way down to some that just really small nails. So we're going to start out. I got some coins over there, so I'm going to grab a few of these. And see, I got an Indian head penny there. I got a Walking Liberty $50 there. That's a Mercury dime, and I got a Buffalo nickel right there. So let's put some nails by them, and let's mask those targets. Already got one small one on that one, so we'll put this one, right here. That's the Walking Liberty $50. So we got a nail there. We have another small, something a little bit smaller. And I'll show y'all too. This all depends on the size of the iron that's by your target, or the coin or relic that's in the ground. It just, these are nails that I've pulled out, so. All right. We'll, noise cancel. I got a power line right there. Should stop about 5, -5. Usually does. But it's wet today, so it's misting right now. All right. Ground balance. Okay. Now this is the M9 coil. I got my machine pretty much all the way open. I run in all metal mode most of the time, so I can hear all the iron and stuff like that's in the ground. Come on. I'm going to turn it up a little bit more. There we go. So like there's a piece of iron there. You can hear it. Make sure my volume's all up. Yeah. Okay. So this is target masking. Just trying to simplify it. I call, like good fields that you find, or good home places, or anything. They'll never be hunted out completely just because of this right here. I call it masking layers. So you'll have your coin down here, and you'll have a piece of iron up on top of it or close by it, and I call those masking layers. You're not going to reach that coin until a farmer, say plows the ground, or there's some kind of dirt work done. That's why I like watching old towns and stuff when they're doing work in the main, like on Main Street, one of the first streets that was there, when they're pulling up brick or doing whatever. I like to get up there real quick and try to get in that dirt, because there's so many coins hidden underneath them old bricks, and sidewalks up there. It's just unbelievable. You know, you look at old pictures from back in the day when they were riding, you know, wagons through the main street. It was just all mud, and you know, and you see people everywhere, hundreds of people. You know, they were dropping coins and stuff. So, but yeah, this is target masking. This is what you're going to find in fields, and depending on the size of the iron, size of the coin or relic or object that you're looking for, that iron can mask it out to where you won't pick it up. Okay, you know, and sometimes you can try to do different things and try to find those high tones, you know, that's being masked out by the iron. But there's a lot of times there's just really nothing you can do about it. You know, you just gotta wait, and hope for maybe some natural ground movement, like droughts and stuff. We get droughts and the ground cracks. When the ground cracks, it'll move iron away from, you know, other objects. So that's why I like to hit places every year. Every year I go back to some places. You know, there's spots that I can remember that I've went over a few times, and a year later I'll go back and go over them, and you know, find something else. So, but this is target masking, and you know, say we're detecting along. This is about my speed right here. And it sounds like we did pick it up a little bit when we first got to it. Right there. Right at the tip of it, we picked it up there. So that's a good thing. That's something that you're gonna have to listen for. So you saw my speed. Now, if you're metal detecting like this, and you're taking big steps, we never did pick it up. Okay, so you don't want to take big steps. You don't want to go so fast, because it only took half an inch to miss that target. So, you know, we're going along. We missed it right there. We just went over it. That mercury dime. If you're swinging, you know, if you're going too fast and taking too big of a steps, we just went right over it, never heard it. That's the $50. That's a big piece of silver. You know, I'm all open, running all iron mode. It's starting to rain on me now. Let's go. Yeah, right here. Nope. Back. My stabilizer's on 6. Let me turn it down. I'll put it on 0. Okay. Still can't pick it up. I can go slow. Barely get it. But nothing's reading on the non-ferrous line. Normal metal detecting. We went right over it. I think we hit that dime over there. Say we're walking into that dime. Went right over it. Never heard it. Okay. There's the buffalo nickel. Went right over it. Okay. Now, here's the thing. You know, that nail's, you know, about the right size. If you're wanting to find, you know, buy a coin, you can probably get that squeaker out of it. But look at that. We can pick it up there. Let me go forward an inch. We lost it. Okay, so just make sure, watch that coil. Imagine that line right there. I want half of that coil on my next step. I want half that coil to overlap that swing right there by half a coil. So I'm just moving up a half a coil every time I swing. So I come up, I swing, half a coil up, I swing, because I want it to overlap each swing. If I don't, that's what we miss right there. See, we got a squeaker out of it right there. Okay, that's where you stop and you investigate it. Tighten up the tone. can tighten it up right there. Okay. Now, if we went to a bigger piece of iron, you know, switch that one with this one, we're probably not going to pick it up now. Nope. Well, barely got it right there. But we only got about 1/4 of an inch to pick it up. So normal detecting, we're swinging along, trying to listen for targets. We went right over it, okay? There's the Walking Liberty $50. Sounds beautiful, doesn't it? Until a nail's bite or a piece of iron. It don't sound beautiful no more. We'll get a little bit out of it. But if we're just normal detecting, we got a little squeaker. That should stop you if you're wanting to, you know, figure out what that tone was. But I'll show you the problem here in a little bit. When we go in my yard, we hear a lot of those in my yard. So it all depends on how close it is to the iron. If it's right underneath it, you're not going to pick up, you're not going to get anything. I'm going to get a little bit right there. Okay. Now if we move this on top of that, we're not going to get nothing, no matter where we stick it. Okay, so that's target masking. But here's the deal. Here's a good tip. Okay, we got that there. Got our deal there. We got this one here. So that's why I tell everybody to never ever hunt, you know, a property that, especially that's been putting out good, you know, good relics and coins. Never hunt it the same direction. So today we came in and we was hunting it like this, and we didn't get nothing, you know, no tones or nothing. So say like this nickel, we're detecting along, we didn't get it. Next day we come in, we're going to detect it from another angle. So we detect it that way today. Tomorrow we're going to detect it this way. We can pick it up. So we're detecting along. We picked it up. Same thing with the $50. And I'll tell you why. You turn this down. On the bottom of this coil, show you what. On the bottom of this coil right here, this is your receiver. The outer edge of your coil, that's what's putting out the magnetic field. Hey guys, I had to jump in here real quick. I put up a picture kind of showing how eddy currents work and the magnetic field. Now this design of a coil is a little bit different because you can see kind of for some reason, it shows the receiver part coming off each edge of the coil coming down. Then it shows the outer circles there, or the magnetic field that's searching for objects, and what I call kind of charging them for the eddy currents to be pulled back up through the receiver part. Let me put up a picture for the double D coil real quick. Okay, here's the other picture. You can see where I drew the or outlined the beam of the coil. That's that straight center part, the receiver part that I was talking about in the video. Then you can see the concentric coil over here, where it's more like almost a dome shape, and you can see the monocoil to the far right, where it's just a bigger dome shape. I think that was actually the monocoil in that first picture, but I just put that up kind of give you an idea of how the magnetic fields work and how it picks up a coin. Now this picture here, it's showing where the center beam on that center, the double D coil in the middle, picks up the coin if we come into it from the right direction, you know, from a different direction. So you can see the one beside it there, on the side view, you can see where it picks up the nail and the coin at the same time. That's what was happening when we were first doing the test. So we come in, that's why we talk about coming in from another direction. So we can come in and get that that beam to hit the coin first instead of the nail. So it just kind of gives you an idea of what's going on. So when you're out in the field and you're detecting along, it helps, gives you kind of a mental picture of what may be happening underneath the ground. It's never 100% correct, just because of the fact that, you know, you got iron falsing and everything else. So it's going to pick up iron that's been there for a long time. Bent nails will sometimes give you high tones and stuff. It's just something you're going to have to practice at, and you know, choose your targets and just go from there. So back to the video. It's trying to search for targets in the ground and kind of, let's just say, charge them to send out them eddy currents. There's an invisible beam here that comes out, you know, out of the center part. And the way this coil is made, you know, it's kind of supposed to be flat. Now it's got a cushion to it. That's why you can pick up stuff that's close by. But the target, the separation comes from kind of over on each side of that. Because when this picks up a good tone or a good solid object by a piece of iron, as long as this can go over it without going over that iron at the same time, then it will separate that iron from whatever else it's picking up, the other metallic object. So this has got a beam that comes out so far, kind of comes down, humps around, and goes back in down here. Let's just say it's about this wide with a little cushion. Okay, looking at it from the side, that beam would come down like this, kind of dip down and come back up right here and be flat, you know, on both sides with a little cushion, like I was saying. So that's why when we're detecting like this and we're going across here, turn this back up, you know, and we're going across here. Where'd my nail go? No, it's right there. That beam, you know, here we go. We picked it up there because it's far away. That's that cushion I was talking about. We can pick it up there. For on this side of it though, we're just getting that nail until the back of the coil gets over that coin. Now we can pick up that coin. But this way, if we're coming along, there it is, there's that high tone. Okay, let's switch that out. Save for that one. We're detecting along. We want our coil to overlap each swing. Probably my pull tab I left out here for another demonstration. But so we're detecting along. We want our coil to overlap the other swipe about a half, you know, half a coil. We want it to overlap it. So we went right over that. And the same with this one. We're detecting along. That beam is, you know, straight down. Watch what happens. It goes over both objects at the same time. That beam is covering both of those at the same time, and it's masking out the coin. That's because the iron is higher than the coin. The iron is, you know, pretty decent size on both of them. So that's why I always say, never hunt a field the same direction or a piece of property. You know, kind of, you know, grid you out some squares, or just make an imaginary square and detect that square every angle possible. You know, going this way, that way, coming back down there, coming across. Okay, so like this deal, we detected it, you know, that way today, so tomorrow we're coming in, we're going to detect it this way and see if we can get a tone out of it. There it is. That's what you want. That's why you never hunt a field in the same direction. You always come in and do it from a different direction. So earlier we were going in this way to the buffalo nickel and the mercury dime. Couldn't pick them up. There it is. Tighten it up. Now it's an iffy tone. Are you going to dig it or not? It wants to get it right there. Okay, we're going along. There it is. That's the sound you got to listen for now. We don't have much room for error right there because that's a pretty good size nail. Now let's switch out these nails because, as I was saying earlier, it all depends on the size of the iron that's by the target. All right, so now we got some smaller iron. So we'll move these. That's a little bit skinnier than this one. Then we got this one. It's not very big. I'll put that other little piece right there. Let me break one of these off. Yeah. There we got a little nail right there by that one. And another smaller piece. I should. Yeah. And here's a small piece that we can set by the buffalo nickel. All right, so there we go. Now we should be able to pick these up because there's a smaller iron. We should be able to hit that coin before the magnetic field really tries to soak into that. Let's try this one. There it is. That's that high tone you want to listen for. We're right over the top of it there, and them little nails are kind of masking it out. Look at the screen. We got an iffy tone. This is what we would consider kind of an iffy tone when we're out detecting. It's kind of all over the place. But look on my graph, I'm getting a non-ferrous reading along with iron, and it's an iffy tone. So, all right, we got this one. Yep, we picked that one up. Right at the tip of the coil, we can pick it up. Because that beam is, like I said, going down at an angle, and it's catching that buffalo nickel before it's catching the nail. Now, if we go up just a little bit, it's gone. That coin is in the center, and that nail's right behind the tip of that coil. You can see it there. So the nail is still discriminating it. So you're gonna have to work on your speed. Set a pace so you're overlapping each swing about a half a coil so you can get them targets, okay? We got about 1.5 inches right there before we miss it. So if I went 1.5 inches too far metal detecting, I miss it, see? So try to set a speed. Go slow. It's going to take, more than on a 2-acre, 3-acre area. It's going to take you months. If it's got a lot of good stuff there, a lot of activity with there, it's going to take you months to detect it right. So come in another direction and start detecting. We can pick it up. It's iffy. Can we tighten it up anymore? No, not really on that one. What about this one? Oh yeah, we can tighten that one up good. See? If we came in the other way, we still picked it up. But if we went too far, we can barely get a chart right there. So, like I said, set a speed. Make sure you're not moving too far forward on each swing. So the more swings you can get in per step, the better off you are. Okay, now here's the other thing. It don't take much. Say that Indian head penny's right there by that nail. We'll miss that because I put it pretty close. Okay, can't really pick it up at all. It only takes about an inch. Just, you know, about an inch of movement to be able to pick up that coin now. So now we got it. But that's target masking, and you know, kind of an example on iffy tones. You know, like I said, if we took this $50, we put a nail over top of it, directly on top. I mean, this is the case out there. There's a lot of iron on top of coins out there. And that's why a place will never be hunted out. Because of that right there. Can't pick it up. All iron mode, it should pick up anything. There's the Indian head penny. Okay, that's a small piece of iron. That's pretty skinny. And you would think, you know, a detector would pick that up. No, it don't. They don't advertise stuff like that. You figure it out on your own, and then you kind of cuss and go about your business. You know, you figure it out and be like, you know, that's how it is. So, just the nature of the beast. Yeah, but here's a ring. Okay, that's almost 11 grams. That's 9 grams, 14K, both of them. This one is the one I wanted to show you with a pull tab because it rings up same as a pull tab. 31, 32. This is a cheap middle of the mall ring. It's probably got it's probably like 3 or 4 carat. I don't know. That's a 10 carat toe ring right there. Okay. If you want to find rings, you're gonna have to dig everything. You're gonna have to dig all your VDI numbers from low to high. Okay, that one shows 25, 26. That one's a 30. When I had it over here yesterday, it was like a 30, 31. Let me turn on it. There we go. Okay, dig your pull tabs because that's what that ring right there. I thought it was a pull tab and it wasn't. 10K, 15, 14K, 60, 61. And this one's 14K, 9 grams, 41, 43. All these rings ring up a different number. None of them have the same VDI. You know, I could buy probably 10 of these toe rings, a little bit different sizes, and each one of them will be a different VDI, you know, and it may just be a few numbers off. So, you got to dig all your good tones that's got good VDIs, and you'll find your rings. This one here is the white gold. 11. So silver rings are kind of the same way. Now these broken or these rings like this will give an iffy tone because of how it's made right here. This is silver. That one will give an iffy tone because it's not completely round. It's broken in the middle. And so will gold. If a gold ring is broke, it'll give an iffy tone. We'll put a good one out there so you can kind of hear the difference. That's a good one there. That one's a split. This is the octopus tentacles. I thought it was trash until I kind of seen something silver in the water when I was detecting. Okay, here we go. Look at the VDI. It's all over the place just because of the way it's made. See how funny that one sounds? VDI is jumpy just because it's broken in the middle. Now this is a solid silver ring. That's the difference. So you got to dig all your good tones like that if you want to find rings. And trust me, we dig a lot of trash. Don't think we don't. All these, all of us on YouTube that, if we showed everything that we dug trash-wise, we wouldn't have any viewers. They want to see good stuff. But I always like to make sure at the end of the hunt, I usually show all of my trash. So you can kind of get an idea of what we're digging. Aluminum caps, pop caps and stuff. If you dig those tones, you'll find stuff like this. These are tokens. That's a token there. Shamrock, Oklahoma. That's, it's not even a town anymore, really. Clubhouse. Says good for 12 cents trade. This is a World War II dog tag for Frederick Maxwell, 2nd Lieutenant, USA. Now, it was found right here on this place. So you dig your bottle caps and you'll find big aluminum lids and stuff. Most of these things ring up the same VDIs. So foreign coins. So here's a 6-pence. Used to be part of a bracelet, I believe. But it's about the same size as that mercury dime. But look at the numbers on them now. That's a 40. That's a foreign coin found here in Oklahoma. Did I leave a piece of metal down there? Oh, I did. It's right here. Masking it out a little bit, wasn't it? There we go. 80. I was like, I know something ain't right there. This should be putting out a good number. Okay, so 80. And the foreign coin, 41. So you got to dig all them just good solid tones like that. Yeah, you're going to get junk, but when you come across stuff like this, it's worth it, Like I said, dig the stuff that makes you happy. Don't get aggravated, or dig the tones that make you happy. I like to go out sometimes in the morning and I'll dig just about every good solid tone, no matter what the VDI is. And I'll dig some iffy tones. Half the day goes by and it's about over. I'll just start kind of cherry picking, especially if it's a place I know I can go back to and hunt later on down the road. And then I'll come back and hit those iffy tones. So kind of give you an example on relics, so you know what kind of tone to listen for. This used to be part of an old brooch. That's a brooch I found just right back over here on the other side of the fence, playing around looking for other spots, and came across a little spot and found that. So that spoon is awesome. I don't know what it's made out of, but that's a tone you're going to dig. That should be a good tone you're going to dig. Little jumpy, but look what it is. That's part of an old brooch, 62 solid, a razor. It's jumpy, it's weird. I got a good tone out of it coming into it one way. It told me to dig it, so I dug it. Pocket knife. It's all splotchy, but I'm getting a good tone. Part of that old brooch, 31, 32, 33. Another pocket knife. There's the tone I heard right there. That's what made me dig it. See, if I came in at that angle, I'd have probably never dug it, because the iron in that blade and all other trash in the ground, it really didn't give me anything good. So I came into it just right that day, at a different angle, and I got a good tone on it, so I dug it. That's what it was. So what else? I'm trying to think of some other things. Tungsten, all these, they ring up good. This stainless steel ring made out of it, looked like an old ranch, a box-in ranch. It's pretty cool. It sounded good. So you see all them VDI numbers. Just don't get aggravated. Set your pace and go out, dig you some test holes, and do what I did here with iron. You don't have to use old coins. You can put quarters, dimes, pennies, nickels in each hole. do different depths, you know, do 3 or 4 holes with quarters at different depths, and different size iron, and different, you know, so far away from it, over the top of it, level with it. That way you can get an idea of what the tone sounds like. You know, it'll really help you out in the long run. So you do stuff like that, just keep practicing. You'll eventually get the hang of the tones and kind of understand, you know, what I'm talking about. Because all of us guys at Metal Tech, and we, you know, do pretty good. We all started out the same way, thinking, man, we're digging all this trash, but we all overthink it too much. You know, we overthink it, and we get kind of, you know, we get aggravated. But you get to a point to where you're just like, well, I'm gonna dig these tones and these tones today, or, you know, I'm gonna go all out today and dig every good solid iffy tone, and every good tone or whatever, and just, you know, put in your mind when you walk out the door that you're going to dig a lot of trash no matter what. So that's the main thing. Then when you get out there and start hunting and you're digging more trash than anything, start leaving those and just cherry pick, you know, try to find them high tones, try to pick all them out. You can come back another day and work on the iffy tones. All right, guys, we're out here in my yard. You can hear all the iron. I turned it down to about 27 so it wouldn't be so chattery. So we're going to see if we can find some iffy tones that I will dig. There's a lot of these iffy tones that I will pass up in this yard that I wouldn't pass up on the older place. So there's just a lot of trash here. So just kind of giving you an example of, you know, how far to push it on what type of place you're on. So here we go. See how that one went clean? All the iron disappeared. Means that's up higher than all that iron. 54, 55. Didn't show very. Shows about probably right on the surface. But it's giving that double tone and beat. Let's see. Oh. Where's it at, Loki? It's right here, buddy. Let's see. There it is. Piece of aluminum. Sound good, didn't it? We're digging trash. We're digging trash, so. Alright. Is that in my pocket? Hey, buddy, I got it out. I got it, bro. I got it. It's all good. Let's cover it back up. No, here. Let's cover it back up. Can't have that worm. I'll be digging my hose back up. I'm gonna pass that one up. Hey, quit. Hey, come over and dig this one. trash. You know, some of them tones right there I'd probably dig if we were at an old home site. But there's so much aluminum, little pieces of aluminum in here. I'd be digging 100 holes, getting all these little ones. I want tones like that right there. That's about right. Might be a little big, we'll see. What do you think, Loki? What do you think it is? Big old pretty coin? Or some trash? Probably trash, huh? Yeah, Dad, it's always trash. What we got there? Piece of aluminum. You're right. You're right, buddy. All right. What's up? Getting little coaties? I am too. Yeah, see, that sure sounds good. So don't think that a lot of these guys on here ain't digging trash, because they're digging that stuff right there like I am. Got it out. Let's see what this one is. And I think I'm gonna be about done. I'm getting cold. There it is right there. 30-30 shell. Probably one of mine when I was younger. Alright. Well, I kind of hope that gives you an idea of the iffy tones that I dig on places like this where it's real trashy. Now, if I'm, like I said, if I'm in an old homestead place that nobody's been there since the 20s or 30s, I'll dig a lot more of these tones. Just depending on, I mean, some places are trashy from back then too, so it just all depends. It's your discretion, and just, like I said, dig the tones that make you happy. Just don't, I don't know, think into it too much. Just, you know, practice, dig some holes, test holes, and practice and practice. And target masking that we went over, I hope that helped y'all out on understanding what your coil's doing, and understanding that a place will never be hunted out, especially a place like this, because it'll wear you out trying to get all them tones out of there. So every time you go back, you know, ground movement, like I said, it eventually move around enough. You know, you just some iron, all it needs to be pulled away maybe a half an inch from something. So, and ground cracking can do that very easily, you know, during a drought. So, well, we'll like I said, I hope it helps, and again, please like and subscribe, and we'll see y'all out on the next dig. Appreciate it.